All right, thanks, guys. Happy Friday to you. Got ourselves a little bit of, some MAC conference action this Friday and Saturday. Now, it's a little bit too late in the day to be doing the Friday game, so we're going to have to scrap that. Sorry about that. But I will be breaking down the Saturday slate for you. As always, my name is Brock Page, and I do sports picks right here on YouTube for free. And as always, great to have you here with me today. Now, I guess you really can't call it Maction if it's not being played on a Tuesday or a Wednesday night. But, well, maybe it can. I don't know. I think only Maction can occur on Tuesday or Wednesday. But regardless, we got some MAC conference football action here for college football week 13. So let's go ahead and dive into it. First game is, of course, not on the board here. But anyway, we're going to take a look at Bowling Green squaring off against Ohio, 12 p.m. Eastern start time. The Ohio Bobcats are minus 24.5 at home. Totals 54. Now we're 6-1 in our last 7 Underdog tier package picks on patreon.com/BrockPage. And access to the Underdog tier membership costs just $4.99. Now if you have no idea what I'm talking about, can't blame you. I'm going to explain a little bit more about it in just a few moments. We're also 2-1 in our last 3 NFL tier membership plays on that website as well. We currently have over 775 members signed up and active on that site. And if you want to join those folks and get in on the action, link for that site is in the description section below. And once again, that's patreon.com/BrockPage. Now, the Ohio Bobcats have yet to cover the number this season. They're 0-2 against the spread in their couple of games. Now, Ohio actually lost their opener against Central Michigan. They gave up 30 in that loss. This Ohio offense is also throwing for less than 180 yards a game. The O-line's also given up 8 total sacks in just 2 ball games. Now, they're taking on a Bowling Green squad. I get it. They're not all that great themselves, but they did successfully cover the number against Buffalo last week. The Falcons are rushing for nearly 200 yards a game after 3 contests, so they can move the ball on the ground. Terrion Stewart already has 204 rushing yards on the season, and he's punched it into the end zone 4 times. Now, the freshman from Sandusky, Ohio, is averaging nearly 9 yards per carry. Bowling Green has also successfully covered the number in 14 out of their last 20 head-to-head meetings with Ohio. So if you're into historical trends, certainly leans in Bowling Green's favor, especially catching all those points. Now, total-wise, BG's last 2 straight did get over the posted number. Meanwhile, Ohio's season opener against Central Michigan got over the line themselves. Ohio should win this one outright, but I think Bowling Green can keep it close. Give me the Underdog Bowling Green Falcons plus 24.5 and the over 54 in that game. Before we go ahead and move on, just want to take another quick time out and welcome you to the video. Got some lines and personal leads out for college football week 13. And of course, this is our MAC Conference Football Edition. Some action here on a Saturday. Now, before we go ahead and move on, just got to quickly remind you once again that we are 6-1 in our last 7 Underdog tier package picks on patreon.com/BrockPage. And if you want access to our Underdog tier package, it's only going to cost you just $4.99. We also went 2-1 in our last 3 NFL tier package picks on that site as well. Now, you may be wondering, why would you sign up for picks on Patreon where you can get them right here for free on YouTube? And that's certainly a great thought, a great consideration. But if you were actually to go out there and bet every single game that's on the board, side and total, just kind of like I do here with my breakdowns on YouTube, it's certainly not a winning formula for success. And as a matter of fact, it's a recipe for disaster. You can't just go out there betting every single game, side and total. I forbid you to do that. The books are way too smart. They're way too sharp with the numbers. The odds become massively more against you. And to be honest with you, the bookies have so much more money than you and I do combined to be able to absorb that type of action. You are certainly no threat to the bookmakers when you bet every single game on the board. You're more of a threat to yourself doing that. So anyway, what I do on Patreon is I make life a lot easier for you. I break it down and focus in on just 3 to 4 premium selections per day. They're my personal plays, games that I personally have action on. And I'll tell you this much. I'm having a lot more success betting on games that way versus wagering on every single game on the slate, side, and total. Now, if you guys are curious and you want to check it out, you're not alone. We currently have over 775 members signed up and active on that site. It's a really popular site. We got a ton of people signed up over there. So I strongly recommend you check it out. If you want to join those folks and get in on the action, the link for that site is in the description section below. And once again, that's patreon.com/BrockPage. And moving on, we do have this game on the big screen behind me. It is going to be Ball State squaring off against Toledo, and that's going to be a 12 p.m. Eastern start time in the Glass Bowl. At the Glass Bowl, the Toledo Rockets are the 10-point favorite at home, total 63.5. Toledo's given up 69 total points in their last couple of contests. They lost and failed to cover against Western Michigan during that stretch. And now they're taking on a Ball State team who's on a 2-game winning streak themselves, and they rush for 225 yards a game on the ground. Running back Caleb Huntley has 437 rush yards on the season already, 6 total touchdowns on the ground as well. Huntley is rushing for nearly 6 yards per carry as well, and he's also got 146 yards a game that he's averaging. Now, Ball State scoring 33 points a game on average, and when it comes to the total on this one, 2 out of Ball State's last 3 contests got over the number. Meanwhile, Toledo saw their last 2 straight get over the line themselves. Toledo should win this one, but I like Ball State to keep it close. I'm going to lean toward another underdog. Give me the Ball State Cardinals plus 10 and the over 63.5 in that game. All right, next matchup. It is going to be Kent State Buffalo. This is probably our best MAC football game of the week. Noontime kickoff in the East might be our best MAC game of the year thus far. The Buffalo Bulls are -7 at home, total 67.5. Bulls are 3-0 straight up on the season, 44 points a game they're averaging, and over 260 yards a game they're rushing for. Jared Patterson's rushed for 511 yards through just 3 ball games, 8 total rushing TDs for Patterson. He's averaging nearly 7.3 yards per carry, and he rushes for 170 yards per game. Now, this Buffalo defense on the other side, they're holding their opponents to just 19 points per contest and less than 195 yards a game passing. James Patterson leads this Buffalo defense with 24 total tackles and a forced fumble. They're taking on a Kent State ball club who's undefeated themselves, but they did fail to cover the point spread in their season opener against Eastern Michigan. They're also not as stout defensively as Buffalo. The Golden Flashes are giving up over 27 points per contest and nearly $180 on the ground. Now, total-wise, Kent State's last 2 ball games did get over the posted number. Meanwhile, 2 out of Buffalo's last 3 got over the line themselves. Give me the Buffalo Bulls -7 and the over 67.5 in that contest. All right, next matchup. I don't think it's on our board, but it's going to be Northern Illinois. It's not up there. Northern Illinois, Western Michigan. 12 p.m. Eastern start time at Waldo Stadium. The Western Michigan Broncos are -20 at home, total 64.5. Western Michigan's 3-0 straight up on the season, 3-0 against the spread in those ball games. The Broncos are scoring over 50 points a game and throwing for more than 310 per contest as well. Quarterback Caleb Ellaby has thrown for 928 yards in just 3 games, and he's thrown 11 touchdown passes. Now, wide receiver Dwayne Eskridge has 14 grabs for 457 and 6 scores himself. Eskridge is averaging a staggering 33 yards a reception, as well as 152 receiving yards per game. Now, they're taking on a winless Northern Illinois program who's giving up 40 points a game. The Huskies are also allowing over 205 rushing yards per contest as well. Now, total-wise here, NIU's season opener against Buffalo got 26 points above the posted number for that contest. Meanwhile, Western Michigan 3-0 to the over themselves. Give me the Western Michigan Broncos -20 and the over 64.5 in that game. And with that, we're going to dive into our next and final matchup. Miami, Ohio, Akron, 1 p.m. Eastern start time at Summa Field. The Redhawks of Miami are minus 14 on the road, totals 55.5. Miami put up 38 points against Ball State in their opener this season, and that was a 7-point victory against the Cardinals. Wideout Jack Sorensen has caught 10 balls for 177 yards. Meanwhile, linebacker Ryan McWood on the other side of the ball has 28 total tackles as well. And he also has an interception for this Red Hawk defense. Now they're taking on a winless Akron squad who's giving up over 50 points a game on average and over 510 yards of offense defensively. Meanwhile, on the other side of the ball, Akron scoring just 19 points a game and throwing for less than $170 per contest. Zach Gibson's thrown just 2 touchdowns compared to 4 interceptions. This offensive line's let Gibson get sacked 11 times through 3 ball games. Meanwhile, one of Akron's co-leaders in receptions, Tony Grimes Jr., he's averaging just 39 receiving yards per contest, and he's yet to score. Now, total-wise, 2 out of Akron's last 3 ball games got over the posted number. Meanwhile, Miami's opener against Ball State got 13 points above the line for that ball game as well. Give me the Miami Redhawks minus 14 and the over 55.5 in that contest. And with that, guys, that's going to do it for me. Don't forget to check me out on Patreon. If you guys decide to get a package here today, just keep in mind we'll bill you the day you sign up and then the first of every month following that. But most importantly, guys, got to thank you for joining me right here on YouTube. Really hope you enjoyed all this great free content, all this great free information. And with that said, happy Friday to you. Best of luck to you. And I look forward to seeing you later on today on my website at patreon.com/BrockPage.